During a leisurely wander through Costco, my eyes fell upon these frozen barbecue bao buns, and the prospect of barbecue chicken nestled in a bao bun piqued my interest even though it was a strange combination. Opting for an Instapot over the microwave, I gave this frozen find a fair shot with a 6-minute steam. Visually, it presented as your typical fluffy bao bun. The filling, though not abundant, seemed acceptable. However, the taste was a disappointment, shockingly sweet and devoid of true barbecue flavor. It leaned more towards a peculiar sweet, gingery teriyaki mishmash. Intrigued by this oddity, I had to consult the box, and upon spotting the sweet Asian recipe claim, I just chuckled. Definitely not a recommendation from me. So I recently purchased a bunch of these air-dried instant ramen packs because they're on sale. A real bargain at $4 for a pack of 4. However, upon closer inspection, I realized that the expiration date was only a month away. Typically, instant noodles have a longer shelf life, around 6 months or more, so I was a bit surprised by the short time frame. I guess that's why they're discounted. I initially thought that the sale was due to the introduction of a new product, but I guess that wasn't the case. I also considered that the air-dried nature of the noodles might affect the expiration date, but come on, these are instant noodles. These things were like built to be rationed during the hard times. But for whatever reason, H Mart screwed me over, or this is just a bad product. Anyways, I got a bunch of these ramen just set to expire, so hopefully they hold up in the long run. The one I'm eating in this video was only a couple days old and it's fine, tastes like normal. So let's talk about kimbap, a dish with a myriad of ingredients from carrots to lotus roots, creating the perfect meal. It's an iconic Korean dish, but there's just too many ingredients. But here's the secret, you can make kimbap with just about anything. Take, for instance, this particular kimbap creation. It's a masterpiece created from leftover meat from tteokguk or rice cake soup. Speaking of rice cake soup, did you know traditionally you put beef on top of the soup? I certainly didn't know that. But let's get back to the kimbap. The process is simple. Mix the beef with rice, add some pickled radishes for extra zing, and voila. You've conjured up a delightful meal. It's a testament to the flexibility and adaptability of kimbap, turning leftovers into a palpable dish. So the next time you're pondering what to do with those extra ingredients in your kitchen, consider the versatile world of kimbap. Have you noticed Costco's lineup of new items lately? From those giant cookies at the food court to these cookies and cream muffins. I couldn't resist giving them a try. Similar in size to your typical Costco muffins, the only noticeable difference is the frosting on top. Although, unlike the usual bready Costco muffin, these lean more towards the cakey side, reminiscent of those $5 chocolate cakes from the grocery store. Surprisingly, the cookies and cream aspect is solely in the frosting. The rest of the muffin is essentially that cheap chocolate cake taste, no actually cookies in sight. However, be warned, it tends to be on the sweeter side. I would definitely recommend pairing it with a good glass of milk to balance out that sweetness. Finally hopped on a trend and snagged one of those famous Costco cookies from the food court. Initial impression, it's massive. I'm talking 1 to 2 inches thick. In terms of the overall size of the cookie, it is around the size of your typical Costco chocolate chip cookie you find at the bakery. Fresh out of the oven, and yes, it's warm as advertised. Splitting it open reveals a chocolate chip playground. Visually, it's enticing with all the gooiness, but once you take a bite, the sweetness hits you. Perhaps a tad too much on the sugary side. Scaling back on the chocolate chips might have struck a better balance. The taste itself resembles those regular chocolate chip cookies from Costco's bakery, but on steroids, just thicker, gooier, and sweeter. If you're a fan of the classic Costco bakery cookies, this supersized version might just be your dream come true. It's a taste of familiarity with an extra dose of indulgence. Kimbap and spicy noodles make an unbeatable combination. Picture this, a plate of spicy noodles topped with a perfectly cooked over-easy egg. The runny yolk adds a luscious richness to the noodles, taking their flavor to new heights. What makes this duo even better is the roll of the kimbap. The roll acts as the perfect vehicle to absorb spicy goodness, simultaneously providing a cooling sensation for your taste buds. It's like a dynamic dance of flavors and textures. Just as a piece of toast complements and enhances the flavors of a dish, kimbap steps in to elevate the overall experience, turning a simple meal into a delightful culinary adventure. So next time you're enjoying kimbap, consider pairing it with spicy noodles for a taste sensation that's beyond ordinary. As a quote-unquote food YouTuber, I explore a diverse range of dishes from indulgent ramen to crispy German pork knuckles. Even my once-a-month long format videos can get quite elaborate, so I would like to share a glimpse into my daily meals, which I intentionally keep very simple. For today's meal, I opted for a classic combo, a protein featuring succulent salmon, paired with a bed of rice and a side of kimchi. Now, if I'm feeling a tad fancier, I might heat up some homemade soup from the fridge. Usually I have a pot of doenjangjjigae in the refrigerator, but today I'm keeping it even more straightforward, so without the soup. But yeah, essentially I just rotate out the proteins to keep things interesting. It's essentially your stereotypical Korean meal minus the spirit of banchan. The beauty of it lies in its simplicity, it's quick to whip up, and most importantly, it tastes absolutely fantastic to me. One of my absolute favorite go-to meals is thinly sliced beef brisket paired with spicy noodles, a classic combination in Korean cuisine. Traditionally, this duo is served alongside naengmyeon, a chilled noodle dish, along with bulgogi or galbi. However, let's be honest, who has time to prepare naengmyeon and marinate meat for bulgogi or galbi on a regular basis? That's where this convenient alternative comes in handy. Spicy instant noodles paired with leftover thinly sliced brisket from Korean barbecue. The tender, savory beef brisket perfectly complements the bold kick of spicy noodles, creating a harmonious blend of textures and flavors. Plus, it's a great way to repurpose leftovers and elevate an ordinary bowl of instant noodles into a delicious culinary experience. So the next time you're craving a comforting and flavorful meal without the hassle, consider whipping up the simple yet delectable combination of spicy noodles and thinly sliced beef brisket. Looking for a fast and flavorful weekday meal? Look no further than kimchi fried rice. With just kimchi, rice, and a few pantry staples, you can whip up a satisfying dish in no time. The beauty of kimchi fried rice lies in its versatility. You can customize it with whatever ingredients you have on hand, whether it's leftover veggies, chicken, or like me, a salmon fillet. Simply chop up the fillet into bite-sized chunks and toss them into the mix. Now here's a secret ingredient, a dollop of gochujang. Not only does it add that subtle kick of heat, but the sugars in the gochujang also caramelize beautifully as they cook, enhancing the flavor of the whole dish. So the next time you're short on time and ingredients, give kimchi fried rice a try. It's quick, easy, and bursting with deliciousness. My least favorite instant ramen has got to be japchae. It's one of those classic flavors that predates the influx of exotic and spicy options we see today. Japchae is supposed to mimic jjajangmyeon, a Korean Chinese dish, but let me tell you, it's nowhere close. This ramen is just salty, lacks depth and complexity, and it only offers a monotonous flavor profile that leaves much to be desired. However, if you do find yourself stuck with a bowl of japchae, there's a saving grace: add a fried egg. The richness of the egg elevates the dish, providing a much needed boost of flavor and texture. It's like an humble upgrade that turns an otherwise lackluster meal into something half decent. So if you ever find yourself facing a bowl of japchae, remember the fried egg trick. It might just save your taste buds.